Well, let's finish these two problems on the whiteboard just in case you were absent today in class. So how did we do the 16t? Well, we need to write down all the prime factors. So 2 times 2 is 4, times 2 is 8, times 2 is 16, right? So it has 4 2's in it and then a t. And then we look at 40 and we say, well, 40 would be like 8 times 5, right? And 8 has 3 factors in. Oh, let's put down the -1, right, for our negative. And then we have, so what, 2 times 2 times 2 is 8, and then times 5 would give us 40. Now, there's a technique in case you're like, wait a minute, I have a hard time doing what you're doing, Nelson. So what some people do is they do this. They say, well, 2 would go into 20, or 2 would go into 40 20 times, and then they put a little 20 down here. And then they say 2 will go into 20 10 times, and 2 will go into 10 5 times. And now we can't really get anything else because 5 is 1 times 5, right? So 2 times 2 times 2 times 5 is 40. Did I do that right? 2 times 2 times 2 times 5. Yep, there they all are right there. There's 3 2's and a 5, right? So you take this last factor that's already prime. All right, now what else we got? We got a y. Then you go through and you identify what the common factors are. So we got 2 and a 2. We got a 2 and a 2. We got a 2 and a 2. So there's 3 factors of 2. Can't grab that other factor of 2 because there's not another factor of 2 down here. There's no factors of 5 up there. There's no factors of y up there. So everything else has to stay with the problem. Okay, so maybe I'll put it right up here. So what do I get? I'm going to take 2 times 2 times 2, which is 8. Those are the common factors. Then I take whatever's left. So that's a t, no, 2t, excuse me, 2t. And then what do we got? We got a minus 1 times 5 times y. So that'd be a negative 5y. And we're done. That's how we do problem number 1. That's the distributive property, factoring. Okay. All right, let's try this. Problem number 2, by grouping. Okay, what do they have in common? What factor do they have in common? A g, right? So let me underline the g in red. Boom, boom. And you factor that guy or distribute that guy out. So it'd have to be f minus 5. You could always check to see, did I do that right? If I redistribute the g through, do I end up right back here? Yes, I do. So I'm feeling good about that, right? Now I go to the next one. What do they have in common between these two terms? Well, they got a 4, right? Because 20 is 4 times 5. I could put down, I'm going to go 4 times 5. Okay, so they have the 4 in common. So I'm going to put a 4 right here. And then I got to take whatever's left. So there's a f there, and there's a 5 over here, and a negative, right? A negative 5. So I'm not really breaking it down as much as I was doing up here. You're welcome to do that. You could put 4f out here. You could put negative 20 right there. And you could say, well, 4 is 2 times f. And 20, negative 1, right? Take care of my negative. 20 is 4 times 5, which is 2 times 5. And then you could go through and you could underline your common factor. So we got a common factor, nothing else, right? So you see how I ended up with a 4 right there? Now what's left of the 4f? Well, there's an f, right? What color am I going to? You got it, green. So what has to stay there? The f does, the negative 1, and the 5. So that's why I've got a f minus 5. Okay. Woo! You can do it. I know you can. Thanks for watching my video.